guys, this is the lawyer calling for the federal government to start prosecuting Sheikh Gumi for sympathizing with terrorists. Like you can see this headline here says, lawyer Malcolm demands prosecution of Islamic scholar Sheikh Gumi. Now he tweeted on this issue, and guess what? Sheikh Gumi now threatened a legal action against him. Like you can see here, it says Sheikh Gumi has given a lawyer, Chief Malcolm, 48 hours to retract his defamatory remarks against him or face legal action. So guys, this is the only lawyer taking this bold action, demanding for Sheikh Gumi to be prosecuted. This is the same Sheikh Gumi that was denied entry into Saudi Arabia. But in Nigeria, he comes out boldly and meets with these bad guys, meets with security heads and all that. And Nigerians are not saying anything, but guess what? This lawyer is taking the bull by the horn. Like you can see here, after his threat that he should apologize, that the lawyer should apologize and retract his statement or face legal action. Now the lawyer replied him and said, "See you in court." Lawyer challenges Sheikh Gumi over defamation threats. Now I'm going to read out exactly what the lawyer wrote here, what he actually tweeted. Lawyer demands prosecution of Gumi for allegedly backing terrorism. Now let me take you to the Twitter post of this lawyer. Now it says here, press release: terrorism apology is a crime. Government must investigate and prosecute Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. And he went further to write, human rights lawyer and public interest advocate. It's deeply alarming that Sheikh Gumi of Kaduna continues to publicly justify and defend terrorist criminals who are maiming, killing, kidnapping, raping, and displacing innocent Nigerians while describing them as listening and reasonable human beings who should be pacified and not eliminated by force. Gumi has been canvassing for this, for soft hand to be used on terrorists. They shouldn't be jailed, they shouldn't be arrested, they should rather be pacified. So this lawyer went ahead to say his consistent public utterances, visitation to terrorist camp, and advocacy on their behalf raise serious concerns regarding national security, complicity, and promotion of terrorism. Under the Nigerian law, no citizen, cleric, or otherwise is above the law. And the man went ahead to quote some of these laws, demanding that Sheikh Gumi should be arrested, investigated, prosecuted for being a terrorist sympathizer. So guys, many Nigerians applauded him for this big step that he took, this big move, because many people are silent watching Gumi granting media interview and all that without them daring Gumi to tell him the reality on ground. Now let me take you through some of the few reactions from Nigerians before we take a look at the video I've got for you. This person says Sheikh Gumi and the likes are cashing out on Nigeria insecurity. Many top politicians and high-ranking security agents are complicit. Gumi only represents the interests of this group. Arresting and prosecuting Gumi is like washing an old woman's wrapper. The worst being in public. So this person is saying that there are more people that are even worse than Gumi, that are the real people keep sustaining these bandits and terrorists. You know how much is AK-47? Possibly Gumi cannot afford that. That there are more stronger hands. Don't forget that many people have also come out to talk about Gumi's background. They say Gumi's father was also a sympathizer of these guys, and today Gumi is also sympathizing with them. Gumi is also an ex-military man. He also has his son in the military, but you can see that he prefers to speak for these people. It's like they are middleman that comes out to speak with the government and go back to give these guys response. Now this other person said a serious system of government would have docked Gumi before now. We celebrate nonsense too much in this country. That's why American president see us as a disgraced country. Another person here said, Barrister, do all those laws you mentioned ever work in Nigeria? We are patiently waiting for the Pontus to do the needful. Portus is US, Portus to do the needful. And this person here said the real question is government interested in fighting terrorism and its sponsor? And that is some of the questions Nigerians are asking. So guys, this is the only lawyer who has come out to dare Gumi to his face, telling him that, man, sympathizing with these people, you are emboldening them, you are giving them more strength to do what they are doing, and the Nigerian security agencies are just looking at you doing all this harm to the country. Now guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at this video moment. Sheikh Gumi and some journalists, clash over support for all this terrorism. Take your time and watch this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.
Now let me start off with you. Now, this country of particular concern, President Trump, Sheikh Gumi, I beg your pardon. President Trump did say a few things, like, if Nigeria doesn't address this issue, he's going to come in guns blazing and wipe out these jihadist terrorists, these jihadists that are killing Christians. Now, first, what is your immediate reaction to that? And do you think Christians are being killed, or is this a religious thing? Do you consider this what's going on genocidal?
Okay, it's a pleasure for me to have you on the show.
Number one, for me to have you on the show.
Yes,
go ahead, please.
The language of Trump is very contemptible and disrespecting the integrity and sovereignty of Nigeria. He called us. No,
go ahead, please.
Okay, he called us a disgraced country. He also threatened Nigeria with a military action.
No, but the reason for the military action is because Nigerians, Christians, are being killed in their numbers. I don't know if you're familiar with the data.
So it means he's only concerned with the Christian lives.
Are you not concerned? Are you not concerned about the lives of Nigerians?
He's only concerned with the Christian lives, and he's not concerned with the Muslim lives.
No,
the
but
Muslims are losing every day to these terrorists.
If we X-ray the statement from President Trump, he said he didn't say he's going to come and kill Muslims. He said he will come and he would wipe out the Islamic jihadists.
No, you see, let's be pragmatic. Let's be pragmatic in what we do. He is specifically showing that he's a vanguard of Christianity and Christians here. That will automatically turn the Muslims against him. Even though he's fighting the terrorists. And one thing also, the terrorists, because they have been attacking Muslims more. Now, if by any chance he kill anyone terrorist in the name of protecting Christians, they immediately turn their guns directly on the Christians. Let me tell you what's happening. Why they kill Muslims? Let me tell you why they kill Muslims. Let me tell you why they kill Muslims.
Go ahead, please.
You see, these terrorists, I think if you don't know their psychology and you understand them, then you will mess up with them. They are killing Muslims in towns because they say they are revenging for what government or military is doing to them. Since they don't have access to the military, and the military is protecting these Muslims, so I will attack those we are protecting. This is the psychology, this is their mentality.
Is it okay? Is it okay that people are being killed?
Me and you cannot change it. So now if Trump comes says we are going to fight terrorists because they are killing Nigerian lives, it will be a completely different issue. But we are specifying that he is coming to protect Christians. This is really very unfortunate, and it shows.
Check, when you say that they are killing Muslims because of what the government is doing to them, what moral ground are they actually operating in Nigeria? Given the fact that we know that they are not even Nigerians. Sometimes we've actually learned that they are foreigners terrorizing
whatever they are, you don't give them an opportunity to cause the havoc. Look like what's happening now in Mali. Look at what's happening in Niger and other places. These people are armed from some places we don't know. Even the former Chief of Defense Staff, he said for 15 years they are fighting Boko Haram, and sometimes they find foreign currencies, euros and dollars in their pockets. So somebody is behind trying to destabilize Nigeria. But what I'm telling you essentially is, for Trump to say he's coming to protect Christians, particularly when Muslims are even dying more, this is the offensive word, and this has called, and this we should show this man we are a nation, a sovereign nation, that he should not interfere in our own internal affairs. Yes. But if he's saying he's coming to assist Nigerians, which we have many ways you can assist Nigerians.
Just give me a minute, please. Let me put this out. Let me put this out there, and then we'll take your response, and also take responses from the studio, because we have other studio guests in here with us. Now, from what we understand, Nigerians are being killed in their numbers. A particular data has it that between October 2023 and September 2024, about 4,788 about that were killed, and out of that number, 3,100 are Christians that have been killed. So, does it matter what religion is being killed, or the fact that people are being killed? And Nigerians have also asked for support, foreign support. So if the United States will help Nigeria wipe out those that are killing Nigerians in their numbers. Shouldn't Nigeria welcome such assistance? Why does it now seem, because you seem to be making it like, because they are coming to assist Christians who cried out, then it's now a war, it's not going to be between Christians and Muslims. Let me take you back to Uromi. What happened in Uromi, where a few individuals who were hunters, who were moving from one state to another, unfortunately, were mistaken to be terrorists, bandits, because they had a few weapons, and they were killed. We saw what happened. There was an outcry in the north. In fact, Governor Monday Okwebolo had to travel to Abuja, had to plead, and then promise to compensate the families of those who were killed. But Christians, Nigerians, have been killed in their numbers, displaced. And this amounts to genocide, really, where people are displaced and people are killed in their numbers, largely for their faith. So, are you not concerned that this might help solve the problem that Nigeria has been dealing with since 2009, the problem of Boko Haram? Shouldn't we be looking for a solution? And if there is one that can be arrived at without without Nigeria's sovereignty being affected, why haven't we gone for that solution, Sheikh?
You just be patient and understand. If it's China coming to say that, people will believe it, because China is not closing into our internal affairs. If it's Russians, people will believe them. But America are not to be liars. They say Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction, and there is none. And they have caused confusion in Iraq, in Libya, and everywhere. So when they say Muslims are killing, or there is massacre of Muslims, like Christians in Nigeria, from which side? They didn't specify whether it is the government or whether it is the Muslims that are doing it, or even if Christians are targeted. Whatever it is, if Americans can cure and eliminate the terrorists, I will welcome it myself. But I know they cannot.
Okay, when you say they cannot, let
me tell you. Okay. They have fought 20 years in Afghanistan. They could not finish them. Afghanistan is in Syria now. This same thing. And these terrorists, you see, it's not easy to just come and drop bombs here and there and think you will finish them. They have infiltrated the society, so it's going to cause more damage. More Muslims and more Christians will be killed if America would drop a bomb in Nigeria. I'm telling you this. You can take it for a record. So what we are trying to avoid, we are going to even compound it. Look, myself, I have been trying to see how we can pacify these people. I've been going to see how we can pacify these people and redirect them, because they are human beings. They listen and reason. But if you say you want to use force against force, then you will compound the problem and make the thing dirty. If Nigerian army, which has been very active in many hotspots, cannot deal with this issue for 18 years, for 15 years with Boko Haram, and now the bandits, and to me, the bandits are even more vicious, because
you said something about Nigerian army not being able to do something about it for some time now. You have been the person, or rather, news have actually carried it, that you more like mediate or serve as an intermediary between them and the government, and that actually has sparked quite reaction among Nigerians. What can you tell us to be, some of the good points or flash point of your, interaction or discussion with them, especially when you had to get into the bush?
Number one,
the other time we're talking about giving them amnesty and all that. Yes.
You see, just to entice them to leave their weapons. You see, one thing good about it is, you see, you don't treat a disease without diagnosis. If a doctor can diagnose a disease, even if it's cancer, he will know how to manage it. So the good thing about it is, now before we are fighting a phantom, we don't know something is fighting us, coming to take us. We don't know that person. Now, by going to talk with them and sit down with them and to hear their grievances and understand their psychology, so we are able now to contain the problem. Now Kaduna is relatively safe. I can say you don't hear any more mass killings in Kaduna, because we understand their psychology, and the governor is cooperating. We are talking to them, and they are keeping their weapons. They are not fighting. They're still on the weapons. They hold the weapons, but you see, this is a small, gradual process in which slowly we will civilize them, we will take away their weapons and let them into good citizens. So this is it. It has to be systemic. But for America to come and start bombing in northern Nigeria, I'm telling you, with the question.
Let's bring this conversation to
people who have sympathy for the bandits.
Let's bring this conversation to the studio. Barrister Dallas, with you. I mean, you've been following this conversation, of course, what Sheikh have just said. From your perspective, first off, what's your general review of this statement from the U.S. government? Plus, from all that has been said thus far, is it clear right now that Nigeria seems to be negotiating with these bandits and terrorists in clear view of what, of course, the opposition would want to put up?
Thank you, David. It is unfortunate that we are going through this route. Seriously. It's unfortunate that America is even pitying us. America is angry with what is going on here. For God's sake, how can a group of people call themselves bandits and they are holding Nigeria to ransom? Where is it done? Can such a thing happen in America? That is why this man, Trump, is angry with us. This type of thing can never happen anywhere. And look at how we are trying to pamper them. Look at Moses. On a more serious note, they said anybody who go to the bush and fetch anti-infested firewood is calling for lizard to come for a party in his house. If we have not allowed these people to come into Nigeria, will anybody be talking to us? Are we going to become a number in the CPC? But because we allow this thing, and leaders, from the beginning, they were tolerating these boys. Moses, on what ground would anybody, any leader in Nigeria, allow from the north or south, go outside and bring terrorists into Nigeria?
Pastor, do you have faith in the approach being carried out so far to assuage their temper?
It's a lie. No. Let me tell you, hold on. Somebody in this country once told us that there are good and bad bandits. I'll take my dictionary. I didn't see where they wrote these are good bandits and these are bad bandits. I don't know what that is. Somebody told us that they are their boss, that if anybody should attack them, they will not vote for that person. In this country, somebody told us that, yes, that if government does not answer to them, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Mostly, this is a statement that was made for a man who claimed to be patriotic, a statesman. Is that how to solve a problem? You are pampering these boys, you are making them to become so bold. What audacity do they even have to attack anybody in Nigeria? For what? No, hold on. These other people, especially from the southeast, who have been fighting for themselves, do they vote for government subsidy? No, do they want for government to pamper them? No, these other people that are fighting for struggling to survive in Nigeria. Why must a group of people not tell us that we must answer them? They are this, psychological, this and this. These other Nigerians that are holding peaceful agitation, peaceful nature, peaceful businesses. I don't know Nigerians. So if all of us become bandits, what will happen to us, Moses? Hold on. If all of us become bandits, will Nigeria exist? You can see how we clearly bring problem into ourselves and we are now blaming America. How can anybody be happy that...
Wouldn't America's involvement affect the sovereignty of Nigeria?
Sorry?
Wouldn't America's involvement affect the sovereignty of Nigeria?
I know that it involves terrorism. Terrorism in one state is terrorism all over the world. You remember at a point, America had to place a travel ban on some countries where terrorists are really swaying. You remember? Good. That will tell you that...
So you are in support of America invading Nigeria. 100%. Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government has refused to listen, and leaders are not being helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria?
That's the question I'm asking. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it mostly. That will be my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come, if that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are they to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real Indians of those states are not in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that? And yet, everybody is not talking.
Pastor, do you think if America gets involved and then come to, in quote now, save Christians in Nigeria, do you think it will lead to an unrest between Christian and Muslim, like the Sheikh has said. It might let Muslims turn against Christians.
We have tolerated enough. We have taken enough from these people. Yes, Sharibu, as I talk to you now, a young girl is now in what? Captivity because of her religion. Moses, have you seen any Christian group that have kidnapped any Muslim girl because of her faith? Yet we kept quiet. Have you talked? Did you say anything? Somebody woke up one day. Sheritanshi. I told her that Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's a Christian. That God told him to kill Tinubu's wife. I'm talking of provocative statements that can cause problems. Yet we kept quiet. Moses, did you hear that? Did you say anything? Is it not hard to show tolerance?
Okay.
So why can't our Muslim brothers do the same thing? So that Nigeria will live in peace.
Before we come, sorry please. I want you to land on your thoughts.
Yes, let them do the same thing. And see whether this place whether America will even look at us, not to talk of placing it on CPC. That's what we're saying here. It is because of the actions and statements of leaders that have caused the problem. They should not deny it. Yet they still want to blame us for what they have caused. They still want to blame us to Moses. How do you take that? Is that not very short? You are talking of America insulting, but you insulted us. When you told us that, or said you agree with the bandits, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Moses, can you beat that? And because of this statement, that's why Saudi Arabia could not tolerate you. They declared you personal non grata. Saudi Arabia, they seat of Islamic Caliphate. They could not tolerate you. But here, you tell us all manner of things, you do all manner of things, and you get away with it.
All right, before we take contributions from Barrister Adam Zata, let me go back to Sheikh Gumi. Sheikh Gumi, are there? Okay, I understand that he has left the conversation. Let's continue now.
All right, from here, I think nobody celebrates failure except Nigerians. And that's why you see people ignoring and romancing with the government. The government is behind what you are saying today. And I welcome what is coming from the United States of America. I agree with Donald Trump. When you have failed to put your house in order, you give room for outsiders to come.
I agree with Donald Trump.
Yes, I agree with him. Partially, like 5/10. I don't support military invasion.
So why do you have that
because I know this country is a very peculiar country. If you invade this country with force, you see that religion is going to set in, tribalism is going to set in. A lot of people are hibernating.
The question I'm asking is, why should that be a problem? Why should there be some religious uprising? Because what America is saying is that they will attack the Islamic terrorists. Do you think they don't have the means to identify who is a terrorist and who is just a Muslim? You think they don't have the means? Why should Nigerians be concerned that if terrorists that are causing insecurity in Nigeria are attacked, it will cause bigger problem, religious crisis in Nigeria? Why are we that concerned?
Let me give you a very peculiar situation.
Okay.
Don't we have Christians in the western parts of the country? Do we experience that? No. That's the more reason they need to be diplomatic. By that statement, we are coming to attack terrorists in Nigeria. It's a different ballgame when you mention we are coming to attack the Muslim terrorists.
Islamic jihadists.
It's a very specific statement.
Do we have
so apparently,
groups
I'm
in Nigeria?
saying, considering the antecedents of how Americans have gone to other parts of the world, and they have failed. They have gone to Afghanistan, they have failed. They're left with heavy problem in that other part of the world. That was like a political problem. And then, whether we like it or not, they went there, they failed. They went to Afghanistan, they failed. They went to Libya, they failed. We look at all these antecedents, and then considering the fact that this country is just a growing country, it's a developing country. I agree with the provisions of the Constitution, particularly Section 10 of the Constitution, that states that no state shall adopt state religion. But you see that some parts of about 10 states in the north, they have not even for a long time ago, for more than 20 years now, is now the part and parcel of their system. And then you see that the government will continue to pamper these people. They're ignoring and romancing with them on a daily basis. It's wrong. And I also agree with President Donald Trump to an extent. I love what is happening because it's putting more pressure on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because if you look at the build-up towards the election that ushered in the late President Muhammadu Buhari and others, you see series of statements from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's a lot of pressure on the then President Jonathan. Heaven will fall. Jonathan is running the kindergarten, this government, this and that. The same person is in power now.
Interesting you mentioned this. In 2014, some governors went to the United States of America to complain about genocidal, well, that wasn't the word used then, but complain about Christians being killed in Nigeria in their numbers in 2014. Why didn't we see that as a problem? Why is it a problem now that Christians are crying out that they are being killed in Nigeria? It wasn't a problem in 2014, just before elections. The figures at that time are even higher than what we've experienced in the first half of this year. Why was it
it's not the same people? They are using it for political reasons. Is it not the same Bola Ahmed that led the team then? He led the team, he used the social media forum for their selfish interests. And that is the government that demolished Jonathan administration and then usher in the then president.
Any desire to end what is going on now?
The government have failed. If you ask me to rate this government, I will rate them 0/10 in all aspects. Is it a government that is bent on inflicting hardship on Nigerians? Is that a government? Is it a government that failed to protect people in line with the provisions of the constitution? Is that what you call a government? That is total failure. And then I'm saying that the president will resign forthwith. Because if you cannot protect properties and life, what are you there for? Because there must be life first before you can even say you want to govern people. So the government has failed woefully. I'm in support of what is happening. I love the pressure from the United States of America. All right, next extent.
All right, to an extent. Barrister, let's have your, concluding thoughts on this one.
My concluding thought is that, look, this religious sentiment should stop. Our Muslim brothers should tolerate us, and let them meet us halfway. Moses, we have tried. We have tried as a religious group. We have tried. All the things that are done to us in this country, we have never retaliated. Is that not how to show goodwill? Is that not to show tolerance? Why is it that every time all the problem will be coming from, and not only that, I'm not even seeing it as a problem. Not that they will blame me and you over here for the problem they created. I mean, these are the issues here. If they should do that, even Trump will not look at us. All this noise about CPC will not come up. Let them try to tolerate the Christians for God's sake. That's what I'm saying. They should tolerate the Christians because we have tried. No other religious group can tolerate what we are going through here. And it's because of this intolerance that is causing problem. When you pamper these people and see them as the best thing that happened after Jesus Christ, then they will continue to do what they are doing. You have not seen it as a problem. These people that are occupying Benue and Plateau villages, where are they from? Where religion do they profess? All the people that are marauding all over the north in the name of Israel, Boko Haram, bandits, or whatever, are they Christians? Moses, are they Christians? So, who is behind all these things? Can't we tell the northern leader to come together? Take yourself inside the room and talk to yourself. These are your children. Even somebody told them that they are their boys. So when you have done all that, why are you coming and not to blame us?
All right, Barrister, let's take this conversation to Sheikh Gumi, who we understand has joined us again on the conversation. Sheikh, once again, I want to say thank you for being a part of this conversation. You did mention earlier that the Nigerian army at the moment are doing well enough to manage the insecurity within the space. And of course, you mentioned Kaduna State that have been relatively peaceful from your perspective as well. But the question about Donald Trump's statement, particularly in helping Nigeria go off insecurity when it comes to this jihadist group, is one that you have frowned at. And you may mention that the presidency should reject that statement. In fact, you also did say that the consulate in Nigeria should be called to order. From your perspective, as it stands, do you think the sovereignty of Nigeria has not been trampled upon with the level of insecurity that has been deviled us and the fact that the government has consistently have conversation with terrorists, which again is against the constitution of Nigeria as a nation?
Okay, I actually don't understand particularly what you want me to comment on now, but you see, you are dealing with this Western colonist, imperialist, supremacist mind. They know how to divide brothers and make them fight. I don't think their interference in Nigerian internal affairs should be rejected by all meaningful nationalist, patriotic Nigerian. Yes, we have problem. And yes, in fact, even to accuse the government, of being complicit in this, is even obnoxious. I don't know how somebody in that position should ever even suggest that Nigerian government is complicit or that Nigerian government is not doing anything to curb them. In fact, what Nigerian government did was it was able to contain. We are able to contain these terrorists more than Mali is doing. You know, Mali, with all their dedication and patriotism, I think now they are just some few kilometers from the capital. What I think we should do, we should unite as Nigerians. These people, they don't have religion. They are just, I don't know, are they? It's an evil that God has sent it not only to everybody, to the Muslim Christians.
They don't have religion, and also I also align with what we got information.
Yes, let me tell you. You see, let me tell you one thing. You see, I don't think any of you is versed in Islamic studies. You know, prophecies. We have a prophecy in the books of the Hadith. Is there written? The Prophet ﷺ, peace be upon him, said, in the end of times, there will be youthful children coming out in the name of Islam, killing people. This is exactly mentioned in the Hadith. Okay. So it's an evil to us, camouflaging as Muslims. And let me tell you one thing, even that, like Trump and his white supremacists are having problem in America. It's not all Americans are accepting what they are doing.
Exactly.
Sorry, Sheikh.
They are, wait. In every religion, you have this extremist. Trump is just as an example of this terrorist. Look at Netanyahu, the Jewish. Many Jews are against what he's doing, the genocide in Gaza. So even we Muslims, we have such extremists.
No, we have also established all this, Sheikh. We have established all this, you know, at this point in time, Sheikh, we've established that this is more like a perilous time that we're having, especially in Nigeria to start with. We've been told that these people are not Nigerians. And not just that, too, we were also told by the NSA that they're foreigners. As a matter of fact, the junta leader also told Nigerians that, yes, they were able to sack them, especially from Burkina Faso and also from Niger. They were sacked. If, for example, I have told Jubelo, who is a Nigerian, and he is in Nigeria now, spreading his tentacles, trying to kill people at this point. Now, isn't it a good thing that at this point, we're getting people that will help us to squash them and get Nigeria back to what Nigeria should be, especially restoring our peace and our
let me tell you, madam. You see, Trump is an extremist, just like this extremist you are fighting. In fact, they could even be behind them just because they want our resources. In fact, so many experts, intelligence said the West is behind Al-Qaeda, the West is behind ISIS, the West is behind all this, so that, you know, they give you a problem and suggest a solution. Then they are building the biggest consulate in Nigeria. Why? In Lagos. Because they want to come and establish the authority and power here. So you people should not allow them to use the name of Christianity. There are no any Christians. This man groping women and doing all those kind of things. This is convicted felony. I think he's coming to protect. Christianity is a reverend religion. In Islam, let me tell you, read the Quran. The Quran is there. وَجَعَلْنَا فِي قُلُوبِ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُ رَحْمَةً وَرَحْمَةً. Allah has told us in the Quran, the followers of Jesus, Allah has put compassion and mercy in their hearts. They are very loving people. This is Christianity, not this kind of nonsense cowboys accusing people, threatening all the world with. And one thing is an antichrist, you know, because in the name of Christ, and he's saying he's a peaceful man and he's a warmonger, you know, trying to cause problem all over. So I want Nigerian Christians to know they have no better friends than these Muslims we are neighbors with. You know, we can live together in peace. You know, hello? Somebody's
Go ahead.
Hello? Somebody rang. Ojukwu wanted to use it, you know, before, saying that Muslims are killing Christians before. Unfortunately for him, General Gawan was a Christian, and his deputy was a Christian. We didn't mind, you know. Once there is peace and stability, I'm telling you, Nigeria's Muslims are one of the most.
I asked the question earlier, but I think the network took you off, and it's a good thing that you're back. So let me ask you the same question I asked in the studio. In 2014, some governors in Nigeria, about 9 or 10 of them, went to the United States to complain about insecurity, about Christians in particular being killed, the number at which Christians were being killed, and they took that complaint to America to complain. At the time, you think that was what do you make of that complaint? What is the difference between that happened in 2014 and Nigerians now, some from the Christian extraction saying, They are being killed in our numbers, and we need help.
The difference is between the heavens and earth. Those ones went to America seeking for assistance and help, not for America to come and preach our security.
Christians have sought help.
Let me tell you how Americans can help us. They can give us drones, surveillance drones. They can also give us fighting.
Which of course we have before 12 to kanu jets. They've gotten weapons.
Kanu jets are useless. They just use Buhari. Sorry to say, it's already a deceased person. They use an idiot to collect money, about $500 million from Nigeria, without even going through the Senate.
But the other weapons that Nigeria. What weapon do you think Nigeria should go for now? Because
usually, I think it's a drone technology. Drone technology for surveillance and for engagement will do very well for us. That Americans can do, and they can help us with it. They have been helping Israel to fight Gaza. They can do it, but they are not ready to do it. How can they tell me they want to come and start bombing Nigerians when they will be bombing innocent people and they will compound the problem? In fact, our problem is local, and we, the locals down, we know better how to deal with it than somebody outside coming to threaten. And more or less, you see, I'm not a really fan of government. Honestly, I've been critical of all government, but I think it's a slight on Tinubu's government. Honestly, I felt the man honestly we all need to gather around this man.
Yes, there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. If we take a look at what is happening in Plateau State, what is happening in Benue State, Taraba and others. But why the Christian communities or some of the Christians decide to appeal to the United States of America? Because they know they are right. And maybe the involvement of President Trump will help even we Muslims that are not terrorists and that we are against these Planned herdsmen and what they were doing. Maybe we will get peace in the future, because we are the most target of terrorists. But we show that those terrorists are still our brothers. This is what most of the Islamic clerics and Islamic scholars here in northern part of Nigeria are saying in their mosques. This is the truth. Even the federal government doesn't have any target, doesn't have any plan till today to fight those Planned herdsmen. And the action which President Trump you take, this is a great action. This is a great action someone has ever taken against terrorists. Today, if Planned herdsmen enter into your farm, when you say, hey, why did you enter into my farm? Their response is to weaponize themselves with arms, knife, or even AK-47 attacks and kill you in your own property. This is what they were doing. This is the pact. So what Christians have said, yes, there is Christian genocide. Many Christians have been killed by those Planned herdsmen. I welcome the United States or America into Nigeria if their goal is to eliminate those terrorist groups, because Nigerian government is not ready to do that. It's not ready. This is the real what is happening. No one has rights in this country than Fulani people. I don't know why. I am their blood. But what is happening is not religion. Islam doesn't have anything to do with those Fulani herdsmen. Any group of terrorism, they will just claim the name of Islam. To bad name the Islam, to bad name the Holy Prophet. And they don't even know how to pray. They were not fasting, but they will say they are Fulani. They are Muslims. So I'm not against President Trump. This is the truth. And I have one advice to the United States government. You have to investigate clearly. There is politicians in the north, Fulani politicians that were linked and connected with those terrorist groups. They are helping them. They are in many ways. In many ways. We see them together. They were negotiating. No one will welcome you to the government house, but you will see a governor welcoming a terrorist group to the government house. And after 3 days, they will start attacking every village, killing innocent lives. Why? We have to stand and speak the truth what is going on. They know they are right. As we Muslims, we don't know our right. If we know our right, we are the first people to stand up against those people and to appeal to everywhere to this, in this world that we need help. So let them do it. They have right to do it. We are the people who are supposed to do this. We didn't do it. Many of us looking at those Fulani herdsmen as their own Muslim brothers. They were not. This is the reality. You can assassinate me. You can do whatever you want. If you never stop this, your mentality. Looking at terrorists who's shedding the human blood like mosquito. If you never stop claiming them your own brothers, Islam will never get peace. This is the truth. This is the only truth. In my stage, before Boko Haram start killing everybody, when they start bombing the churches. Most of us people were happy of what they were doing. They are destroying the Christian churches. We are saying, yes, they did well. After they finished with the churches, they turned to the mosque, killing thousands and thousands of people. We didn't do anything. We are asking those corrupted leaders to come and fight against terrorists. Will they do that? While they are using those terrorists as the shields, and they are using them in their political system. So if you, the United States, will support to eliminate those Fulani terrorist group, I'm happy with that. And secondly, our main problem in northern Nigeria is Izala. There is one Izalatul Bid'a Committee Sunnah, an Islamic group. Those people are the first people to preach in a wrong way that make people carrying weapons turned against their brothers. until today. And most of them are linked to that terrorist. This is the truth. Before the establishment of Izala, that is, the Christians and Muslims in northern Nigeria, their relation is like a twins brothers relation. They have to stop. You have to stop this Izala. Erika, Ishia, all of those groups, you have to stop them. This is the fact.
Let me take you through more reactions from Nigerians. Like this person here is reacting to the post by this human rights lawyer that Gumi should be investigated. And he went ahead to say, I second the motion. No one is above the law. If Nigeria is serious about fighting terrorism, we must first arrest and prosecute Gumi. Anything less is a danger to unity and national security. So guys, these are some of the reactions from Nigerians. So I'm just going to take you through other reactions from this buzz boost that this lawyer is having with Sheikh Gumi. So this was the moment he tweeted about Sheikh Gumi threatening to take legal action against him for calling him out and telling the Nigerian government to prosecute him because he can't be going in and be a spokesperson for the Nigerian terrorists and then Nigerians will just leave him like that. Now this person reacted and said, Gumi is a terrorist and you owe him nothing. He can't do more than a dead fly. And then he posted this thing, this headline here that captured moment. Gumi was talking about politics. He said, don't vote for politicians who attack, kill bandits. They are our warriors in forest. Islamic cleric. Gumi tells northerners, don't vote for people who will buy their freedom fighters. And this person said, why is Gumi not taking Malcolm to Sharia court? And this person say terrorist Sheikh Gumi is always bluffing and is so pained when someone rightly calls him out with the truth of his complicity in the terrorism that fester along in Nigeria. In a sense, the terrorist Sheikh Gumi will be arrested, tried and sent to prison for life. So this person said that Malcolm, lawyer Malcolm is very, very right. This person said, Mr. Gumi, you are even called him a mad person. You are negotiator in chief in favor of terrorists, but I've never spoken in favor of their victim. Posterity will never be kind to you, sir. I recently watched your videos. Shame on you. And this other person here say, good morning to all Nigerian unity beggars. And this other person say, you they follow eye of the gods they play. Gumi, you go cry. You okay? This one is the eye of the gods. And this other person said, the audacity for me, Sha, this Gumi of a man has proven to be above the law with all his careless statements and open shots to terrorists for past decades. He prays 5 times daily, yet thinks how to murder Christians regularly. And this other person said, don't mind him, Nigerians now know better. Their cup are full with American trade of invasion. And this other person said, I trust my noble chief. He won't tender any apology when he has his facts. He has his facts. Everybody can see Gumi speaking on behalf of these terrorists. And this person said, a terrorist sympathizer is more dangerous than a terrorist. And this person here said, if this current government of APC they well before this man fit talk for where this lawyer did. Okay, he's trying to say that if this current government of APC is a functioning government, that Gumi cannot dare talk where this lawyer is talking. And this was the thanks for former counsel during the election. Gumi should go to court. We will join the suit against him. He needs to volunteer a lot of information about these boys. Honestly, he really needs to volunteer a lot of information about them. If Gumi is really a patriotic Nigerian, he should really volunteer a lot of information about these terror guys. But you know, the terror guys will feel he betrayed them, and you know what that can lead to. This man's a chief. I know you can't be shaken by illegal threat posed by this criminal bandit either. If he means business, he should meet you in courtroom. And this other person here, tell Gumi not to change the narrative. He should come out clean. And a lot of reactions from Nigerians. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop it here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more updates. Thank you.